The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They start to drive him, and right away he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Ready.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
And he is out of bounds here. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Let's go now.
Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Packers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Point after up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had to fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. This defense for the Packers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hill, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense.
sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing on third down, Hill. And this is going to be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
The Packers at 14-2 heading into this final week. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First down, going to the air with Love. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Play fake. Here's Love. And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. Love looking to throw it. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. The extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Hill. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Kamara up the middle. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Fake the handoff. Now Hill. He completes it to Olave. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Kamara is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here we go.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run it and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Landry now on the return. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They go play fake, and it's Hill. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
The pass caught by Olave. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing again on second down. Hill. That's Olave bringing in another one. And some space here. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. On second and 11 now. Hill, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Hill now operating from the red zone. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Here's Hill. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Hill on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Eluding the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
Ready up.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Packers. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Hill looks to throw. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Out of the gun. Hill sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Hill now to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 39. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Off of play action. Hill rolling to his right.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll take this one down to the 36. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. To throw is Hill. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. The kick by Lutz is good.
And that'll make this an 8-point game.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
But these Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. Love's throw brought in by Watson.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. Steps away to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Love now to pass on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 23. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hill.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Well, these Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Love. Incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Love. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need to take the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll try again with Jones. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Aaron Jones. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Extra point safely through. And the lead is up to 15 now. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Hill. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a 1st down as well. Back to throw. Hill. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Saints are right back in this football game. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Play fake. Here's Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Love. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, Love. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. Throwing. Love. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
134 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. On 1st and 10, Love. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And the Saints are right back in this football game.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Here's Hill. And he's got his man on the out route. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Hands this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Hill throwing once more. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Following the interception, Love. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He finds Watson complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
1st down, going to the air with Love. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Going back to Love. Touchdown, Packers! Robert Tonyan with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Packers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. The extra point up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Here's Hill. His throw incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Hill looks to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Desperation time on 4th for Hill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
On the double.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Love now. And he's got him. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Packers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's got some space here.
And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. 77 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hill's throw caught by Olave. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on 2nd down, Hill. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Hill.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so